This government and New Zealanders deserve better.
Dr. Jackie Blue.
Mr Speaker, it's a pleasure to speak in this general debate, which is more than likely going to be my final general debate. But I'd like to begin by acknowledging the many MPs who in the House have wished me well in my new role as the EO Commissioner, which I begin in early June. And I want to acknowledge the contribution that the former EO Commissioner, Dr. Judy McGregor, has made in this role. Her work output has been extensive and her work extraordinary and outstanding. I have got huge, massive shoes to fill, I know, and I will certainly do my very best to do that. I am truly and sincerely humbled by the messages of support throughout the House and also well wishes around the country. And on this day, I would like to acknowledge all women MPs in every party in this House. It's not easy being a woman MP. It ain't easy, that is for sure. At times it's brutal, it's personal, it's combative and it's hostile. So well done everyone, all women MPs in this House. And with the exception of the Green Party, women MPs are in a minority in their respective parties. We make up 50% of the population, and it's unacceptable that we make up a little over 30% of the current Parliament. That, I know, by international standards is not bad, but New Zealand has been a leader in this area. We gave women suffrage in 1893. We can do it again. And I lay that challenge to all parties, with the exception of the Green Party. And that's for future political parties that might be forming. I would like to particularly acknowledge the cross-party groups that I've had the pleasure to work in over the last 7 years. They are New Zealand parliamentarians for population and development, and that role has a focus on sexual reproductive health and rights of women in the Pacific Island countries, domestic violence and our aid budget. There's the Commonwealth Women Parliamentarians Group, which I co-chair with Louisa Wall, and that has the focus of increasing the number of women MPs in Pacific parliaments. And that is why we are so very excited about the Pacific Forum tomorrow and the debate that we'll have about gender. We're looking forward to that very much. I have so much enjoyed working in the cross-party space and working collectively for an objective with like-minded people, whether it's sexual reproductive health and rights, or whether it's increasing the number of women MPs in Pacific parliaments, or whether it's lobbying for the Arms Trade Treaty. It's been a pure pleasure. It's been rewarding, and I've enjoyed it immensely. The work, particularly in the NZPPD, has left me with the absolute, utter conviction and passion that in developing countries, by backing and empowering women and girls, economies, countries and communities will go forward. But the same applies to the developed countries, and that is why, as women progress, everyone progresses, and that is why I'm so thrilled and excited about my new role. Judith Collins told the House today that with my appointment to EEO Commissioner, that she's appointed a lefty to the position. She said that with mirth, but I want to wear that like the badge of honour. I'm grateful that while I had the opportunity to be a member of Parliament in this House, I've been given the opportunity to advocate in a number of areas, which I'll just outline as time allows. But first of all, I would like to wish Louisa Wall really well in her third reading of the Definition of Marriage Amendment Bill. I have a bill in the ballot, which I will hope a colleague will take up, and that is the Marriage Court Consent to Marriage of Minors Amendment Bill, which really means that young people, 16 or 17, if they wish to get married, need to go to a family court. Parental consent is out of the loop, though obviously when the family court judge hears an application, the family would be included. I believe sincerely, that will take possible coercion out of it, as effective with young people. It only happens; these marriages only happen about 100 times a year. So I'm not on the background of about 20,000+ marriages each year. We're talking about a small number. So I'm hopeful that a colleague will take that up and it'll get drawn and it will be debated and passed through the House. I'm particularly proud, I'll always be proud of the fact the government took up her SEPT in 12 months funding. Absolutely. I know that has made it, it has made an enormous difference, and studies that have since come through have proved beyond any shadow of a doubt that 12 months is the gold standard. and that I'm so proud the National Government funded it immediately after becoming government in 2008. I'm also particularly pleased that I had the opportunity to advocate for enrolled nurses, and I'm pleased that the Minister expanded that role into acute services as well. Mr Speaker, thank you for your leadership in the House. Thank you everyone, each and all. Thank you so much.
Well done.
Kia ora.